start of Elizabeth's uncertainty with John.
Do you really believe there will be no consequences for your actions? It was his idea. My John would never do such a thing. Now get out of my house before I force you out. Burn in hell, you dirty witch. I don't even know what to do anymore.
Elizabeth, who are you talking to?
What are you doing here, John?
I came to comfort my wife.
Am I your wife or just a hookup?
No, you're my wife.
Just leave, John, now.
It was all her, not me. I would never do anything like that, especially not to you.
Just get out, John. Get out. Get out this
Here we see that Elizabeth is very upset, and as I said before, we are beginning to learn how something untold can become a bigger issue than it would if it were spoken of. Now, this situation can show humanity is a mistake that they could learn from without going through the trouble. As for the scene, Abigail wasn't the smartest and tried to blame John for the incident. Elizabeth, of course, didn't believe her and wasn't happy with John nor Abigail, which caused tension in the room, especially when John entered. So he was sent out since Elizabeth was just too upset to talk.
Come close. I want to kill Elizabeth Proctor.
Are you sure?
No, it's too dangerous. She needs to die. I will seek to end you if you don't.
Hey, what are you doing?
In this scene, Abigail is being crazy, wishing for Elizabeth to die. Tituba knows the consequence for wishing someone to die and urges Abigail to not do it, for her efforts are for nothing. Then suddenly Paris finds the group of chancers and yells with anger and disbelief, especially since his own daughter was involved. This shows how your actions have consequences. All the choices you have made, all the choices you've made, I lost myself. Of good and bad consequences. And with John, he had a few moments of pleasure, but in the end, he jeopardized his marriage and caused someone to wish death upon his wife.
Oh, we good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I knew Abigail was a bad idea. I knew something was off the day you laid your eyes on her.
Elizabeth, what are you talking about?
Cut the act, John. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. You aren't making any sense.
I'm done with your lies, John. You keep trying to lie your way out of this situation, but you can't avoid me forever.
I've already told you everything you need to know. It was Abigail's doing. I felt like I had no choice but to give in.
You leave me with no choice. We should get a divorce. Go our separate ways. Maybe I can find someone who doesn't treat me like a dog.
If that's what you really want, then leave my house
This is my house is yours.
that I built with my own sweat and blood. I don't remember you out here cutting down the trees, moving the wood, and nailing everything together.
Please.
This scene is an example of how lying is never a good idea. Elizabeth literally just wants the truth from John in this scene, but sadly he keeps lying to try and save himself. In the end, he loses the people he cares for because of his lies. Final. This play shows how all your decisions have consequences. With John Proctor having an affair with Abigail, he only got a little satisfaction, while making his wife Elizabeth hate him more. John then tries to save his skin by lying to Elizabeth and telling her he had nothing to do with the affair. All John had to do was tell the truth, and he would have been able to save his marriage, and would have made Elizabeth feel much better. We can use these new understandings into the real world by knowing that honesty is always better than telling lies. If all of humanity started to tell the truth, then everybody would gain more respect, and there would be little to no doubt in the world. That's it.
The end.